Hey, Garland Vance here, your guide to getting unbusy. In 2003, NBC's The Today Show featured Lloyd, a man from Los Angeles who had collected 5,000 bike parts in one room of his house. Lloyd was a hoarder. It's a mental health condition that affects about 14 million people in the US alone. Lloyd had been in his 20s when he lost his job as a computer programmer. He didn't have any income, and he saw that people were throwing out old bicycles. He believed that he could save the bikes, and so he started collecting them, hoping one day to repair them and make some extra money. Unfortunately, Lloyd's appetite for collecting outweighed the time he had to repair. So one single room of his house filled with over 5,000 bike parts. Eventually, the rest of Lloyd's house filled up with bike parts. In fact, he couldn't even get through the front door of his home, so he slept outside for 20 years. Lloyd's condition didn't just affect his life, though. He lost friends. He became alienated from family. His neighbors resented him because of the expanding junk in his house. Finally, a judge issued a threat to Lloyd: either clean up the house or go to jail. The judge made him trim down his 5,000 bike parts to 15. It took a crew of 120 people a full month and 1,500 hours to clean out Lloyd's house. In recent years, hoarders like Lloyd have fascinated us. From television shows to documentaries to books, we gawk at hoarders. They are fascinating. Well, busyness is a form of hoarding. Hoarding is the compulsion to overcollect. Busyness is the compulsion to overcommit. Hoarders gather stuff. Busy people gather experiences. Hoarders refuse to purge items. Busy people refuse to purge activities. Now, as I researched busyness, I found myself drawn to stories of hoarders because I was struck by the similarities. I noticed that hoarders had to go through a step-by-step process to rid themselves of all of their junk. And in the same way, you need a step-by-step process to help you move from stressed, overwhelmed, and exhausted because of your busyness to purposeful, productive, and peaceful. So what is that step-by-step process? First, you decide to get unbusy. Second, you deconstruct some of the inhibiting beliefs, bad habits, and unwanted commitments in your life. Third, you begin to design the life you want, the pace and the space that you want in life. You design your life around the relationships and the recreation, rest, and reflection that you need in your life. And you design your life to accomplish your dreams and priorities. Fourth, you begin to develop that design. You implement it into the habits that you live, the way that you keep up with your calendar, and even into the unbusy mind that you develop. And then finally, the fifth step is you draw others in. Those are the 5 steps to help you get unbusy. If you're overcommitted, you may not be a hoarder like Lloyd was, but you have a lot of similarities, just like I did when I was too busy and overcommitted. It's time to kill busyness so that you can live and lead with purpose, productivity, and peace. I'd love your comment below. Just like always, leave a like or a share if there's something you think that would benefit other people.